How do the kids cope with Ray being on the road? And what do we do to help pass the time? Keep watching. So a couple of the things that we do to kind of help pass the time. Originally, we kept track of the days on a chalkboard and I'd count them down. But if your spouse is a over-the-road truck driver, or even just a truck driver, you understand that sometimes they say, hey, I'll be home on this day, and they don't come home on that day. So it was really hard for the kids to, like, for us to hit 0 and then for me to have to add days. I learned that one very quick, that let's just not do that one. So instead we moved to a kiss a night, or a kiss when they get home from school. So I use a Hershey Kiss, and I've counted out how many days, and I add in some extra kisses just in case he's going to take longer. Because when he gets his final load, he can give me an idea of this day or that day, so I can take some of the extra kisses out or add in even a little few more, which typically it's not that. It's typically I have to take out some extras if I need to. The company he works for is really great about when he's supposed to be home, they get him home. We've only had one time, and that was because Mother Nature was kind of a pain in the butt. So that's one of the things that we do to kind of, every day they get a kiss from him. We also do the FaceTime. We try to do it at least twice a week. Depends obviously on where he is, because we're on the East Coast. If he's on the West Coast, there's 3 hours difference between him and myself, well, us. So it makes it a little challenging sometimes, but we try to FaceTime at least once or twice a week. Kind of sucks, but it works. The other thing that we do is, because Maddie is starting to read, she wants to read to Ray. Obviously, we try to do it through FaceTime, but we always can't do that because of the fact, like I said, the time difference. So I just record it, put it on Facebook, and then when we FaceTime with him later on that day or that week, he says, oh, Maddie did such a great job, this and that. So he can still kind of be a part of that experience for her, which has been really good, because I'm also able to share it with more than just Ray. A lot of the family gets to see it, and they're all very encouraging for her, for her to keep reading, which has been great. And it works. We're about to, I have 2 sets of her vocab words, her reading words, her sight words. So we're going to try to do it where Ray will hold up the word, she'll read it, and we can do it that way. So that way he can help with that, her sight words. The other 2 share with what they've been doing in school, but we don't record their reading, because little Marguerite there, she reads some of the most interesting books, but that's a different topic. So another thing that we do is we track his loads. So this time in particular, he went out from Massachusetts to Nevada, and then from Nevada up to Utah, from Utah to Texas, from Texas to Missouri, and we keep track of, I have a U.S. map that I laminated, so that way we can, with a dry erase marker, we just track where he is. And then the state that he's headed to, we talk about the state, what does it produce, how many people are, all of that. Mikey has fun asking Google how far the state is from where we are. So that's pretty neat for him to do that. Then we talk about exactly what he's transporting. So from Massachusetts to Nevada, he brought ice cream. So we talked about that, he was bringing ice cream. So they understand kind of how goods get around the country. So they can see what he's doing is important because he typically transports food because he does refrigerated. So it's been great for the kids to understand how that his job is important, which makes it, they feel pretty proud to say that their dad's a truck driver. Yeah, so that's kind of the couple of things that we do. Obviously, we have a routine. We stick to our routine. He comes home, we throw the routine out the window, so that way, their teachers know when he comes home, homework might get done. But there's not a stress on the homework. Just because I want them to spend time with him, because a lot of times he's only home for 2 or 3 days, which stinks, but it's kind of the life of a trucking family. We do what we do, and we just make it through. So that's what we do to make it easier on the kids. So if you have any questions about or some things that you guys have tried as a family with a spouse that is a over-the-road truck driver, please put in the comments, because I'd love some other advice or some other ideas. And I'll talk to you guys next week. And it's a difficult life, but hey, goods have to get around the country. Talk to you guys later. Bye.